Hey, everybody. Good Friday morning. This is just going to be a beautiful weekend here in Atlanta. Top of the morning to you. Hope you're doing well today. Let's have a good weekend this weekend. The Morning Post this morning, and I was sitting here thinking after I wrote it, it's such a weird state to go from being a Pentecostal apostolic pastor for years to being where sex was really kind of taboo and you never really talked about sex. You know, you preached against adultery and fornication, but in those generic terms, but you never really talked about sex, intercourse, orgasms, any of that. Oh no, Pentecostal people would have a heart attack if you just jumped up and said sex, sex, sex 3 times in a row. They're just terrified of sex, the words of sex. And then for 2 years, I was a HIV counselor at AID Atlanta. And for those 2 years, every Tuesday and Thursday for 3 hours every afternoon on those 2 days, that's all I did talk about was sex and intercourse and different sex with different people and just sex. Just talked a lot about sex and sex safety. So anyhow, just coming to you from this place right here. The post starts off, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And that comes from the book of James in the King James Version. And the post was going to be about the tariffs of Donald Trump going back and forth and how a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. But anyhow, it drifted off. It started out Pentecostal and then it drifted off to sex. So here we go. I slept good last night. I usually wake up for an hour or so at some point during the night. I use this time to flip through TikTok or listen to someone on Facebook as I fall back asleep. I never fight with it, I just flow with it. I always know that I will fall back asleep for the second half of sleeping through the night. A couple of years ago, I was having to get up during the night to pee. The doctor said I had an enlarged prostate, which is common in men of a certain age. He put me on a low-dose daily Cialis pill to take the enlargement down, which it did. I no longer have the feeling of needing to pee all the time, especially at night. The side effect is that it gives you easier erections also, which for men of my age, getting erections can be a problem. I turned 70 in September. I used to worry 15 years ago when Ava and I got together, what will happen when the years come where I am no longer sexually active, where I outgrow sex, where I don't care for it no longer. But over the years, our relationship moved way beyond sex. Our bond is much deeper than if I can get erections or if she has a vagina or not. Life has a way of working things out. And if they didn't work out, they probably didn't need to work out. Most couples I know that have been together 15 or 20 years or more have very little sex with each other. They become more like emotionally bonded old friends. A lot of them are more tender with each other during this stage, more loving, more gentle. We think of the way our granny and granddads were with each other. We are now our granny and granddads. Although this old granddad still has a little bit of freak left up in him. I jest. That's just the old Pentecostal coming out in me. So men, all you men out there, I hear you. You tell me all about it standing at the counter when there ain't nobody else around. So all you men out there, listen up. Ask your doctor about a low dose, it's 0.5 milligram, daily Cialis pill to stop you from getting up having to pee at night. We all going to have prostate issues if we live long enough. All men will. 100% of men will. So men, listen up. Ask your doctor about a low-dose daily Cialis pill for peeing at night. And if you should get hard, try to remember what you used to do with it. I don't know if there is any truth in this, but when Ava and I were in Amsterdam, we smoked some weed in a coffee shop called Purple Haze. And I swear to God, I was so horny for 2 days that I kept asking, what the hell was in that weed? Do you reckon weed can make you horny? I'm just asking for a friend. A lot of older people put their sexual parts out to pasture, but studies show it is also great for your mental health, our mental health, as well as your physical health, to stay sexually active. And by the way, y'all, no matter what age you are, you don't need a sexual partner to stay sexually active. Just a little info for you out there. Did Jesus have sex? Of course he did. With a woman? Maybe. With a man? Possibly. Did he masturbate? Has there ever been a man born of woman that didn't masturbate? Jesus was not the first. Of course he masturbated. What would be the point of coming all the way to earth and not experience a sexual orgasm? It is one of the most wonderful feelings of the body. Maybe even better than eating a Baby Ruth candy bar. Who knows? Maybe this is going to be a freaky weekend here in Atlanta. And why not just get a little if you can? Good Friday morning, sweet people. It is going to be a beautiful weekend here in Atlanta. I started off this post being Pentecostal, talking about a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and wound up talking about sex, sex, sex. Boy, you can tell I'm not in that church no longer, can't you? The picture over on Facebook, and I'll tag Facebook and Instagram down here at the bottom of this. Some of you want to come over there and us be buddies. The picture over on my Facebook page is Ava and I laying in the bed with our dogs. Some nights, we still have to lock them dogs up in the kitchen. Yeah. Love y'all.